Perfect. So, first of all, welcome everyone. So, what we discussed so far, in last four classes, this is fifth class which we are conducting. So we started from the layer one, layer two, and we talk about the layer three. In the layer two, we talk about all the switching topics like basic configuration of switches, then VLAN, trunk, VTP, STP, Ether channel. Right, these are the topics we covered. Then in layer three, we started with the gateway. We understand what is the need of gateway. We did the router on stick. Then after that, we understand the multi-layer switch, which is nothing but the backup of like uh, solution of the router on stick. Then because if you want to communicate two different networks, then you need a gateway, right? So gateway has to be configured on the layer 3 device. So router on stick was not a good solution because the single point of failure was there. So you got with the multi-layer switch, and then after that in layer 3 we talk about in HSRP gateway level redundancy protocols, SRP, BRRP, GLVP, and we prepare one redundant diagram and redundant switches, and in one lab we covered all the switching topics, right? So this is what, okay, that is not end of switching. See, think about that. That is not it. So it is a beginning, because there are lot many topics, lot many enhancement, lot many deeper things available in the switching. So with these classes, I'm giving you a start. Okay, so now you need to go to deeper, dive into deeper, in the VLAN trunk, troubleshooting of trunk, like how to in the trunk. If suppose one trunk failed, one switch, one side, so what will the locks in this side, right? So you need to think about that. Pass the specific VLAN and check is it working or not. Then there are many. Whenever you want to, we are putting some let's say interface trunk. When you put the that command, so put the question mark. What is the next? Is there any feature is available? The next, is there any under the interface? Is there what are the options available? If you configure if you go to under any interface, generally what we are doing switch port interface, then switch port access mode and access mode we are putting. But after that, if you put the question mark, so there are many options are there. So try to explore those options. Okay, so this is not end. After this, there is a CCNP. Okay, and after CCNP, there is a CCI level study. So these are the topics only, but very in very larger volume we will see that, right? So the next thing is let already share my screen, right? So what we are going to learn today. So in like switching, most of the topics will be what we discussed. So now the next thing is the routing. Okay, so routing is the layer 3. See, your switches will be there. Okay, the first your endpoints will be there in the endpoints, like all your routers, switches, right? Your computers, laptops, your printer, scanners, servers. These are called endpoints. Endpoints by layer one connectivity, by the cable, they will connect to the layer two switches, right? So in the layer two switches, you understand all MAC addresses, CAM table, VLAN trunk, VTP, these all technologies come there. Then these VLANs will have a gateway. That is nothing but your core switch. Core switches will be connected where it will take care of all the gateways, routing, and this thing. Now we are going to talk. So now routing is nothing but forwarding of packets from one network to another network. Okay, so you need to see the routers. We will see the router models and all. Then types of routing. Okay, and for the routing, because I'm not going to cover more theoretical, because if you go to my channel in the CCNA, I have covered everything, every chapter very detailed. Like what is RIP? I have a separate lecture of 1 hour. OSPF, there is a separate lecture for 1 hour. EIGRP also is a separate lecture 1 hour. So, and ACL also there is separate lecture. Redistribution there is separate lecture. So, if I repeat that the same class, then it will not be worth, because the same video is available there. So you can go and watch that. Okay. But here I will try to summarize all these routing protocol in one place. Okay. So we will go a bit faster. Okay. So first thing, router. So what is a router? Like if I tell you what is switch, switch is a layer 2 device. Router is a layer 3 device. What switch does? Switch does switching. Router does routing. What is switching? Forwarding of frames from one port to another port. What is routing? Forwarding of packet from one network to another network. Right? Switch maintain CAM table, router maintain routing table. Switch store MAC addresses, router maintain route all the routes. Switch provide connectivity to all the endpoints. A router provide connectivity to WAN, your ISP, all edge devices, right? So switch also, like switch available in access layer, core layer, distribution layer. Like yesterday in last class I talk about. Similarly, router also available. So you can see here. So these are the routers. And one more difference in switch will have more interfaces, router will have less interfaces, right? Because switch, your endpoint will be connected. Switch, you will get switch from 8 port to 16 port to 24 port, 64 port, last, sorry, 48 ports. Okay. Routers, it will be having less interfaces. Why? Because router, it will connect to your core switch, or it will connect to ISP or your WAN connectivity. Your endpoints will not connect on the router. Remember this point. Okay. So router start with the 8000 series, 18000 series, 29000 series, and you can see here again new ASR 9000 routers also came into picture. So this is a bit old picture, but if you go to the Cisco website, you will see all the models. Okay, use the Google, use the Cisco site to get updated with all the stuff. Okay, but you, as per your requirement, you can buy the routers. Okay, so every router, if you see here, so there will be just power on. Okay, there will be power cable. Just connect here on off. Then use the console cable and connect to your device, and from there you will start configuring the router. Okay, so it's very simple. Next, routing, forwarding of packet from one network to another network. So see, if you understand the basic routing, then you will understand everything. Okay, so what is the routing means? Yesterday, if you remember, yesterday we talked about multi-layer switch. Okay, multi-layer switch, there was a one VLAN. Okay, one VLAN is nothing but one network, and it was another network, right? VLAN 10 and VLAN 20. 192.168. This is another network. This is another network. So what we did on the multi-layer switch, we got a routing table. If you remember that routing table, and in the routing table, this is the default behavior of the router. By default, it store all the directly connected network. So here you configured a layer 3 interface gateway here, and here also you configure the gateway. That's why automatically you got the routing table. So when this guy tried to reach to VLAN 20, so router check in its routing table, is 20 is available in my routing table? Yes, then it will forward the traffic. This is what we want. So now think about the WAN connectivity. So where the router will use is, let's say this is your one office, okay, head office. Okay, so you will have your core switches, okay, core switches, your access switches here. Then on the top of core switch there will be firewall. Okay, firewall will be placed here, which is internet facing, and here it will be the router generally. So which is generally connected to your internet. Okay, so router to firewall, firewall to core. So in the firewall technology, you will understand that firewall, it will be having zones. Zones is nothing but the boundaries. So in firewall, let's say this firewall has two interfaces. One interface connected to the core switch. So this zone is called as an inside zone. Okay, inside zone. And this another interface of firewall is connected to the ISP router. So this zone called as the outside zone. So this inside zone means, to this guy inside zone, this is a more trusted network. like you want to secure because all your entire organization is here, and this is not untrusted zone because internet is very dangerous, so it is coming from here. So that is the functionality of the firewall, and you create the policies here, and you maintain and you secure your organization from the firewall. Firewall is you have two types of firewall. One is a layer 4 device. Okay, like see, router is a layer 3, right? So layer 4, and similarly firewall available in layer 7 as well. That is called next generation firewalls. Okay, so you have this option in interface and out interface. So now let's talk about the router. So where the router use? So you have a brand like one thing. See, in your organization you will have two ISP connectivity. One ISP connectivity is for the internet. That's for sure. Like you will have Airtel. Like if you're in India, Airtel, Tata, and there are many ISPs. So this ISP, this is for the internet connectivity. Is connected. Let's say you this is Hyderabad. You have one office in Pune, one office in Bangalore, one office in Chennai, one office in USA, one office in UK. So how you're going to connect them? So there is one technology called WAN technologies. Okay, so from here you will connect all your branch offices. Okay, so the best thing is MPLS. You can remember MPLS WAN technology. There is a separate study for the MPLS. In the Cisco, there is a CCNA, CCNP, and CCI level study of the MPLS available. Okay, WAN study of the WAN, how to deploy this. So see, you are not expecting to become master in everything, like because Cisco has security is a different field, routing switching is a different field, ISP maintain, like this is called service provider. Similarly, voice is a different field, wireless is a different field. So how many technologies you are going to be expert? So there is a huge scope of the networking. So pick one, but the routing and switching will be the base for any networking. This is your base. Understand the switching and routing, and then after that you choose. You want to go to security, you want to go to voice, you want to go to wireless, you want to go to MPLS. So you have that option. Okay. So don't think that this is the end. This is a start, because see, I'm into this career since 10 years, but still I have many things to learn. I don't say that I know anything. So still when I see some few of my colleagues, few of my seniors, so I will think, oh, what experience he has, man. So there is no stop for this study. So one of my sir, he used to say, in your studies, uh, don't put full stop. Try to always give the comma, comma, then comma. So keep continue study. Okay, so that's what. So let's go one more thing. Okay, now let's talk about the routing. So router does a routing, right? Router does a routing. So what is routing? So there are types of routing: static routing, default routing, dynamic routing. Static, default, dynamic. See, let's say you have one office here connected, one Hyderabad office. So right now I'm just connecting like this. Okay, this is one of the Hyderabad office. You have a router, and with the WAN connectivity, you connected another another office. Let's say this is your Bangalore office. Okay, so this is the place where ISP will come into picture. Okay, so let's say you have your LAN. So this is called your LAN. This is called your LAN. One network, another network. Similarly, this the WAN, the from this interface to this interface, both should be in the same LAN. Again, same network. So if I tell you this is one network, this is second network, this is third network. So in this topology, there are three networks: LAN 1, LAN 2, and WAN. So if you go to the routing table of the router, this router, we will see this in directly in the lab. If you go to the routing table of the router, so what it will be by default, what are the routes will be there. So first thing is, remember this point: by default router will store all its directly connected networks. So what are the directly connected networks here? Can I say the LAN 1 and the WAN. These two are directly connected networks. This one and this one. This network and this network. If I go to this router, which networks are directly connected? LAN 2 and the WAN. Am I right? Yes. These two are directly connected. So if I ask you, what are the networks which is not directly connected, which network is not directly connected to Hyderabad router? So obviously you are correct. So this network is not directly connected. Similarly, from Bangalore router, this network is not connected. So if suppose this LAN want to talk to this LAN, right? So it has all the routes, all three routes has to be placed in this routing table. Similarly, all three networks has to be placed in this routing table. So what are the networks not directly connected? You need to use these routing methods and insert those missing routes. That's the routing. If you understand that, finish routing in your packet. Okay, so these are the methods to add that missing routes. Okay, these are the methods, either static routing, default routing, or dynamic routing. You can use it. Okay, so okay, so we will follow this diagram. Okay, instead of USA, you can talk anything like India, like Hyderabad, Pune, Bangalore, so whatever. So just follow one topology. I will show you one topology. Prepare that topology and static, default, dynamic. All the routing you can do in the same lab. So don't go for the advanced right now in the initial stage. Just try to understand piece by piece how it is going, how it is working. Then start with the small, then go for the little bit advanced. Okay, don't directly. I have seen few students, they when they learn the routing or switching, so they try to build 10 routers, 10 switches, and they connect and look, it looks very good, and they stuck. Sir, it is not working. Why? Who told you to use the 10 routers in the first lab? Go with the smaller. Okay. So if you see here in this diagram, India and USA, see these are the three networks. So this is the network. This is one network, 10 dot. This is another network, 192.168.20.0, another network. So can you see that the gateway is configured here? This is nothing but the configuration. So because this LAN has to be matched, right? This is the LAN. Okay, and this is another LAN WAN. So you can see here 1.1 and 1.2, another network, right? So if you go and check its routing table, so you will see this route and this route by default, and here also this route and this route. So this route, Hyderabad no don't know USA network LAN, USA don't know the Hyderabad LAN. So that is the routing done. You have either you can manually, statically you can define that, or dynamically you can use the routing protocol. That is the study of the routing. Okay, static routing. Static routing is nothing but this is a like you need to everything has to be statically defined. So you need to go to Hyderabad router and say that what is the missing route? This network is missing. So just go and say IP route this destination network, destination subnet mask, and the next hop. If Hyderabad router want to go to this direction, so it has to go here. So what will be the next hop? This will be the next hop. Okay. If Hyderabad USA router they want to reach here, so how they will go? They will go from here, and the next means the what is the next interface? This is the next interface. So that's one. That's it. So just go and statically define that. That's the static routing. Okay. So it is not uh, the lab. You will see that how the static routing is. Okay. It is a okay. See, everything is a manual work. If suppose tomorrow today is one network and another network. So let's say you have another router here. Okay. Three networks are there. If tomorrow you added another network, another branch, then in you need to go and modify in each and every router, and you need to statically say that okay, new let's say UK LAN is added. So you just go here and add everywhere. So manual work is there. It is used for the smaller network. Okay. So what is the command? IP route. This is the source. Sorry, destination, subnet mask, and the next hop. Only simple command configuration, static routing. Okay, so let's go and we will build one lab where we will configure static, default, and all these three things. So I will show you this diagram. So just use the same diagram, okay? And in one diagram, you can just reuse that diagram, okay? So what I need to take before that, 2911, because I need two interfaces actually. So if I go here and just see, okay, it should have three interfaces. Can you see here? Giga Ethernet 0 by 0, 0 by 1, 0 by 2. So it has three interfaces. So I'm picking 2911 router. This is my router 1. So 2911, another router I'm taking. Okay. 2911, another router I'm taking. Okay. So don't think, see, this is instead of two branches, I'm taking three branches. Okay. So now what I'm taking, I am taking three switches here. One switch, this is, let's say Hyderabad, let's say Bangalore, and let's say Pune.
दूसरा काम कर लो जब तक जाके हाँ बढ़ता है ना कुछ चाहिए मैं बना लो जो भी
One minute. The mute. Okay. So this is the one, and here in every branch I will just put one machine, just for the configuration, testing. So I'm not going too faster. Okay. So now see, this is one branch, this is another branch, and this is another branch. Okay. So how the connectivity will be? See, that's it. In these 9 devices, you can do all the routing practice. Okay. So now if I go here, use this automatic from this in LAN machine to access switch. Then again this LAN machine to access switch. Then this LAN machine to access switch. Okay, they are connected. Okay, fast is 0 by 1, 0 by 1. Then from this switch to router. See, can you see now? This is a fast Ethernet. This is a Giga Ethernet. Fast Ethernet means 100 Mbps. Giga Ethernet means 1 GB. So you know when like this connectivity happen, right? So the cable, it will reduces the lowest speed. So now my speed is become 100 Mbps.
Nadeem sir, the screen got black actually. We are able to see you, but the screen is all black. We are able to see only the cursor.
Okay, one second. How about now?
Yes, sir. Now we are able to see.
Okay. So from here I connected this one. Similarly, see, from here to here. So on a gig Ethernet 0 by 0, I'm connecting to the LAN, and here also the same. Okay, so that's done. So now let's define the network. See, my Hyderabad LAN 192.168.10.10. So this machine will be 10.10, and my gateway will be 10.1. Similarly, 192.168.20.10. This is my another machine. This is, let's say, Bangalore, and let's say this is 192.168.30.10. This is nothing but Pune. Okay, Hyderabad, Bangalore, Pune. So now, see, just think about here. You're already, your LAN is here. If you recall yesterday's topology, two core switches and all the switching technologies, everything will be run here. Similarly, those things will be run here. Those things, the same diagram will be here, because they have different branches, and you require that. Now we are studying a WAN connectivity, WAN technology. So if you don't try to include entire topology what we did yesterday. So that is in one branch. The same you will see here also, same you will see here also. So don't go for the complication. Okay. So that's one. So you created that one. So let's start. I always start from the basic. So I'm giving 192.168.10.1. Sorry, 10.10, and I'm also defining gateway 192.168.10.1. This is what I planned. So always plan before going to advance. Always go from the bottom and try one by one. 192.168.20.10, okay, and 192.168.20.1. Okay, so this is another. This is done, and here 192.168.30.10 and 192.168.30.1. So this is my LAN. So 3 network defined, done. I don't no need to do anything on the switching because by default these ports are in VLAN 1. So I don't have multiple VLANs. I'm just passing one VLAN. So I don't I will just use this switch as a connectivity. That's it. I don't want anything there. No VLAN, nothing, because by default this will be this entire LAN has the one VLAN only, and it has this network. So now before configuring router, we need to connect the WAN connectivity. So previously we used this DSC and this type of cables. Okay, so generally what will happen? So when you want to connect to the ISP, so what will happen? So let's say this is Hyderabad, okay, and this is Bangalore, okay. So you will talk to ISP and you will ask them, I want to connect from my Hyderabad branch to Bangalore branch. So let's say Airtel. So in Hyderabad, you talk to the Airtel. So they will give you a link here. Okay. Similarly, in Bangalore also, Airtel will be there. So they will nearest by them, they will connect you here. So these two connectivity. So this will be, you will feel like they are directly connected. Actually, the ISP will be there behind that. So you will use a private IP here and you will use a private IP here. See, remember, WAN, when I talk the WAN is a private subnet. So this is not internet. See, this is a WAN connectivity, which branch to branch you are connecting. And internet connectivity is different. See, every branch you require internet. See, this is a internet connectivity, separate. Okay, but this is, you are talking about the WAN connectivity. Okay, so very clear for this point. Okay, so in the background your ISP will be there. So for our practice, let's not use the ISP and all. So just directly what we are going to do is we are going to connect a direct cable. Okay, so what you can do, either you can use this one automatically. So from here to here, direct connectivity, Giga Ethernet 1 to 1, right? And similarly, what I can do, I can use for this router, I'm going to use Giga Ethernet 02 to, let's say, 02. Okay, 0. So it will be easy to understand. Okay, 01 here, 01 here. So in the background, I can put this symbol. Okay, this is my ISP. Okay, so don't configure anything, just it is just for our reference. Okay, so this is my ISP. So I can say this is WAN 1. This is WAN 2. Okay, so now we need to define the WAN networks as well. So always we can use it. So see this WAN side, this one. So let's say this network is, this IP is 1.1.1.1. Okay, slash let's say slash 24 only, or here 1.1.1.2, this side, or sorry, not there. Control Z. Okay, so this is 1.1.1, and this side interface, it should be 1.1.1.2. Done. So here this side, let's say use 2.2.2.1, and this side 2.2.2.2. That's it. So this will be our IP addresses, and this interface will be the gateway 192.168 192.168.10.1. This is the this interface, and here 192.168.168.20.1, this gateway, and here also 192.168.30.1. That's it. See, this is called a plan. So you can use the router name as well. Let's say this is my Hyderabad. Okay, this is Hyderabad. Let's say this is my Bangalore. Please forget the give me the excuse for the spell. And then this, let's say this is the port. So 3 branches. You connected with the ISP, and see, this is how plan. So you plan the gateways, what is the network, subnets, everything is here. So we are good here. Okay. So now let's start configuring the routers. See, we no need to configure anything here. So first I'm configuring the Hyderabad router. So I'm making it larger. So CLI. So you can see here it is saying, do you want to configure dialog? No. Just say no. Okay. So now enable. Okay. First, give the host name. Host name. Let's say HYD. Hyderabad router, or you can also say Hyderabad RTR, or Hyderabad you can say WAN. Let's say RTR. Hyderabad router. Okay, done. So now, what else I need to do? If I go and show IP interface brief, so can you see? So by three interfaces, all are down. Okay, but here this interface, it is going to connect my LAN, Hyderabad LAN. This is going to connect my WAN. So I need to go and configure the interfaces. Config terminal interface Giga Ethernet 0 by 0. IP address 192.168.168.10.1, 255.255.255.0. This is IP address. You can put the description. You can say HYD LAN. Okay, done. Just say no shutdown. Finish. Your one work is done. Now go to another interface. Interface Giga Ethernet 0 by 1, which is going to the WAN. They say IP address, let's say 1.1.1.1. We decided this one. 255.255.255.0. No. So here I'm using subnetting. So if you use 255.0.0.0, so it will be a larger subnet, class A subnet. So okay, fine. Let's go for the basic. Let's use the class A only. But people will kill me if you use the for the two IP addresses. You are wasting lakhs of IP addresses. Okay, so let's not do that because it's recording. People will start sending me email 255.255.0. Okay, I'm using the class C here. Put the description. Let's say LAN. Sorry, HYD WAN. Done. No shutdown. Don't forget no shutdown. If I go here, show interface description. Oh, sorry. Show IP interface. Show IP interface. So you can see here. So I have two interfaces. So this side it is showing down. Why? Because that other end is down, right? So if I go and check show IP route, so can you see here? Right now it is showing only one interface, 10.1. Why? Because this is not yet up. When it is up, so you will see that into routing table. So can I try to ping my LAN from Hyderabad 192.168.10.10? That is that machine. Okay, yes, I'm able to ping. So show ARP. Yes, I'm able to reach there. So if I'm from router to here I'm coming, then obviously I'm able to reach to the gateway. Okay, so that one Hyderabad is done. Okay, so now what I can do? So this is done, right? So config terminal, do show history. Okay, see, these are the things which what we can do is we can use the notepad, and we can configure our all the configuration in one place only. So don't start this practice in a start. Okay, try to use manual work only. I'm trying to save my time. Okay, so now first what I'm going to do for Bangalore router, I'm going to config terminal, and I'm going to say host name uh, bang Bangalore RTR, right? Then what I'm going to do, then I'm going to go for the interfaces one by one. So first I will go to interface 0 by 0, okay, and I'm going to say 192.168.20.1, right? And I'm going to say this is my Bangalore LAN, okay, and I'm going to say no shutdown. right? Am I right? So this is the same commands which we are going to going to use. Description. Okay. Um, this one. Then what I'm going to do? Same interface 0 by 1, and I'm okay. So just see here. Just go here and check. 0 by 0. So 0 by 1 will be the 1 1 1 where this side van. So I'm going to say .2. Okay, and it will be my Bangalore WAN 1 because Bangalore has two WAN connectivity, right? So this is my bank, and we have another interface also Bangalore. If you go and check here, if you go and check here, see, we have another interface also, Giga Ethernet 0 by 2. So I am going to configure that also. So what I'm going to do, just say exit, okay, and now I'm going to copy this as it is, okay, then put it here. Then it will be my 0 by 2, okay, and IP address here it will be 2.2.2.1, okay, and it will be my okay, this is the WAN 1 actually, WAN 1, and it will be WAN 2, exit, and finally I will do the end. That's it. So see, this is my complete configuration. What I'm going to do, and what you can do before exit, and you can use um, exit, yeah, fine, and always put some space, so you can just copy it and paste. So see, but before copy paste, you should uh, see that what's interfaces and all. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to Bangalore router CLI, just say no, enable. Okay, now see here, 1 2 3, done. Show IP interface brief. Can you see it? Done. And mm, okay, so 0 by 1 it is not yet came up. Okay, so 111 111. So if you go here, okay, so okay, see here mistake. If I go here, not mistake. So this interface, can you see what it is saying? Administratively down. So it means that in my configuration, see, I forget to put the no shutdown. You remember? See, because under interface I have to know put the no shutdown, right? So I forget that. So what I can do, I can go and manually do that. See, Giga Ethernet 0 by 1, no shutdown. Done. Similarly, I can go and say 0 by 2, no shutdown. Done. So my Bangalore router is done. So if I go and check show IP route, so can you see it is seeing two LANs, 192.168 20, which is nothing but Bangalore LAN, and this is a WAN 1. I don't have WAN 2. Why? Because this side it is not yet configured, right? So my this network is up, Hyderabad and Bangalore. So if I go to the Bangalore router and if I try to ping my LAN 192.168.20.10, yes, I'm able to ping from the router. And from the router, same router, I can reach to this WAN link also, Hyderabad link. Or because they are directly connected, 1.1.1.1. Yes, I'm able to reach. So this is what we were looking for. So now what left? Pune router is left. So again, I'm going to use the notepad. Okay. So this side, okay, if I go here, I have 0 by 0 and 0 by 2, two interfaces. So I'm going to take these two interfaces. Okay. Just go here. Okay. Now, so I will say which router it is. Pune router. Interface Giga 0 by 0 30.1. Okay. I will say it is Pune LAN. No shutdown exit. Then 0 by 2. 0 by 2, I have IP address. WAN link is 2.2.2.2. Okay. And I will say it Pune WAN 1. No shutdown. That's it. Just copy it So don't try Notepad now, but this is useful in your future. Enable and just copy and just paste it. Done. Show IP interface brief. Can you see it? This interface and this interface both are up. If I go and check show IP route, yes, routes are here. And if I ping to my Pune LAN 192.168.30.10. Okay, if it is not pinged, then we need to check what is the problem. Okay, perfect. It is not pinging. So let's go. See, if it is not pinging, so from where you are going to start the troubleshooting? Okay, no, it's pinging, pinging. Yeah, it's pingable. So now our all base topology is done. So one thing is pending. What is that? So you need to first go to Hyderabad and verify once again. Show IP interface brief. Okay, so I have this is my Hyderabad LAN and this is my WAN one, and both are up. Check the routing table. Show IP route. Yeah, routes are here. So I have 192.168.10 and 111. Okay, so remember this WAN 1 and Hyderabad LAN, both networks are directly connected, right? So this is fine. So can I reach to Hyderabad LAN 192.168.10.10? Yes, I'm able to ping. Can I reach to the my WAN which is connected to Bangalore 1.2? Yes, I'm pinging. So everything is done. Save the configuration, save memory. Done. Similarly, go and check into Bangalore. Okay, so now show IP interface brief. So I have three interfaces. This is Bangalore LAN. This is WAN 1, which is going to Hyderabad. This is WAN 2, which is going to Pune. So just try to ping 192.168.20.10. Yes, pingable. Can I ping 1.1.1.1? Yes, I can ping. Can I ping 2.2.2.2? Which is nothing but the Pune ISP and this side. Yes, I am able to ping. So can I check the routing table of the Bangalore show IP route? Okay, so see, you are seeing so many routes here, but see, look for the C directly connected. So this is one network directly connected. This is one. This is WAN 1. This is WAN 2, and this is your LAN, right? So which is directly connected. So we not yet done any routing here. This is just a default behavior which router is doing. So now go and check for the Pune finally. Okay, one thing we forgot in Bangalore, go and save the save the configuration, write memory. Okay, this is done, and go to Pune config terminal. Oh, sorry, not config terminal. So show IP interface brief. Check everything is fine. Check show IP route. Yeah, ping 192.160 192.168.20.30.10. Able to ping. Can I ping to the ISP 2.2.2.1? Yes, I'm able to ping. Everything is working fine. Our base topology is done. See, this is a routing topology which we are going to use in entire routing. So save this. Save this saying base topology. A routing base topology. Okay, so you are going to so this diagram here it is ready. So next time you no need to do anything. So just go and do the routing practice. So now let's go for let's think here. So this is the Hyderabad router. Okay, it has directly connected networks. What are the directly connected networks? Okay, now can anyone tell me in this topology how many networks are there total? Come on, fast. How many networks here? Come on, answer.
Yes, sir. We have three networks, sir.
Wrong. Who is next? How many networks in this topology? Come on. In this topology, how many networks you are seeing? Guys, are you sleeping or what? Riaz, how many topologies here?
5 networks.
Can you count me?
All 3 LANs.
Perfect. Perfect.
Being,
One second. Hyderabad LAN, Pune LAN, Bangalore LAN, Pune LAN. Okay, next.
And Hyderabad router.
WAN 1 and WAN 2.
WAN.
Exactly. Total 5 networks are here.
5.
Right? 5 networks are here.
Yeah.
So, okay, thank you. So this is excellent. So 5 networks are here totally. So to the Hyderabad router, how many networks directly connected?
2 networks.
2 networks. Perfect. So how many networks are not directly connected to the Hyderabad router? So obviously you will say this network,
And
this network and this network. So 3 networks are not directly connected. So if suppose the Hyderabad LAN want to talk to Pune LAN, so in Hyderabad router, you should have this entry, you should have this entry, you should have this entry, right? So that is what the static, that is what the routing will come into picture. So you need to define that what are directly network not directly connected. You need to define that. Okay. So to the Hyderabad router, I don't know this network, I don't know this network, I don't know this network. So I'm going to add that route. So now, okay, before that, let's ping from Hyderabad router, Hyderabad machine. Okay, if I ping 192.168.20.10, can I ping? See what is saying, destination host unreachable, because it is going to the Hyderabad router. Hyderabad router don't have a route. That's why it's saying sorry, I don't know where is the 20.10. Similarly, if he try to go to 30.10, so he's saying router is dropping this packet, and he's saying, see, it is going to first gateway, and router is checking the routing table. He don't know the 30 dot network, 20 dot network. He don't know. So that's what we need to tell to router. If you want to go here, so this is your next hop. So in Hyderabad router, I'm going to check the routes first. Show IP route. See, he know only 2 networks, WAN 1 and Hyderabad LAN. He don't know about Bangalore LAN. So let's go and define that. Config terminal, IP route. What is the Pune network? 192.168.20.0. What is the subnet mark? 255.255.255.0. If you put the question mark, it is asking for what is the next hop. So next hop means what? Hyderabad, they want to reach here. So how they will, what is the next nearest interface? 1.1.2, right? So I'm going to tell that 1.1.2. Done. So if I go and check, show IP route. So can you see here S? S means what? S means static. So statically we define that we store a new route in the routing table saying that, see, if you want to go to 20 dot network, take this path Y via 1.1.1. Okay. So now can I try to go ping to Bangalore now? Bangalore LAN, because I added the route, right? No. Sorry, not 30.20.10. Added the route, but see here, not destination host unreachable, that is not coming. It is coming request timeout. Can you see the difference? So you know why the request timeout come? Because can anyone intelligent guy who can answer me? Come on. Why I am previously it was destination host unreachable. Now it is saying request timeout. So what could be missing here? Why? See, the traffic is going. How the traffic is going? It is going to gateway, and from here it is going to this gateway, and from here it is going here. But why the request is timeout? Who is blocking that? Someone put it in the chat. Gateway. Okay. So what happened is the traffic is going, but Bangalore router don't know about the 10 dot network. The return traffic is not coming. Understand? The Bangalore router don't know about this one, right? So see, as I told, routing means if anyone want to come to anyone, so they should have, the router should have their detail. But if you go to the Bangalore router and check show IP route, see Here his routing table doesn't have 10 dot entry, 190.160 10 dot entry. That's why it's dropping, right? So if I go and add here, if I go and add config terminal, IP route, I'm in the Bangalore router. IP route 192.168.10.0, then 255.255.255.0. And what will be the next hop? 1.1.1.1. 1.1.1.1. Done. So now we define that show IP route. So we define that. Okay. Now it has the entry. So can I go and check the ping now? Here we go. It's pingable. The network is pingable now. Both LAN are pingable. Why? Because the router is making a big play role, big play here. Routing table we defined there, right? Similarly, from Hyderabad, Bangalore router, can they come to Hyderabad LAN? Yes, obviously, of course. 192.168.10.10. Yes, they are coming. So can you check the trace route, how they are going there? So trace route 192.168.10.10. See, first they are going to the gateway, their own gateway. Then they are going to the nearest next hop, and finally they are going to the destination. So this is what, guys, this is the static routing. So now similarly in Hyderabad, I need to add this route, I need to add this route. In Bangalore, I need to add, okay, in Bangalore, how many networks directly connected? 1, 2, 3. Which network is not directly connected? Hyderabad and this side. You need to add that. In Pune, 2 are connected. Pune don't know about Bangalore, this WAN and this one. So you need to add these missing routes. So in Hyderabad, see, now I'm going a bit faster because we understand the concept. Okay, now here, see, I can use the same command. So like this, with the same direction, I'm adding Bangalore, Pune LAN. Done. Similarly, with the same direction, what I'm going to do, one WAN is there, 2.2.2.0 and 255.255.255.0 and 1.1.1.2. This is nothing but I'm in Hyderabad, I'm adding this WAN. In Hyderabad router, I'm adding this WAN. Done. If I go and check the routing table, show IP route. Okay, can you see here? I have, okay, if you say show IP route, connected. So these two are directly connected, right? So, and if I say show IP route static, can you see this 3 we defined, we statically defined. So total how many routes? 5 routes. 10, 20, 30 and 111 and 222. Done. So similar routing table we should have in all the devices. In Bangalore, I should have all 5 networks. Okay, go and check show IP route, show IP route connected. So 3 routes are connected. So if I go and check show IP static, so only 1 is connected. So what is missing here? What is missing here? 20 is there, 10 is there. Where is the 30? 30 is missing. So where is the 30 network? So in the Bangalore, if I see 30 is here, so I can define that. But what will the next hop? Next hop is this one, because its direction change, next hop will change. If direction not change, the next hop will not change. So I'm going to define in Bangalore router, I'm going to say that config terminal IP route 192.168.30.0 255.255.255.0. Next hop 2.2.2.2. Done. So if you go here and check static, see 2 networks is like this static and 3 networks are directly connected. So 5 networks done. So and if you see the global table show IP route, so you will have all the routes connected, static, connected and static. Done. And what left in Pune? Pune router don't know anything, right? Show IP route. See, it has nothing. So I need to add the routes here, right? IP route. So first, I'm going to add 192.168.10.0 Hyderabad LAN, 255.255.255.0. Then what will the next hop? Next hop will be, see, it is having all the networks are in one direction. This LAN, this LAN, this LAN, 2.2.2.1. 2.1. Done. Similarly, with the same direction, I can just simply say 20. Done. Similarly, with the same direction, I can just changing this one. It will be 1.1.1.1. Sorry, it should not be IP. It should be network. Done. So if you go and check, show IP route connected. Two networks are connected. Show IP route static. Three networks are connected. So my routing is done. Can I try ping from here? Can I ping to 30? You just think here, just see here. Where I am, I'm in the Hyderabad LAN. I'm trying to ping to 30.10. Yes, I'm able to reach to the Pune network. How I'm going to reach Pune network? 192.168.30.10. Reset. See, first it reached to its gateway. From here, it reached to the gateway. Then it went to the WAN next hop here, 1.1.2. Then it reached to the 2.2.2. Then finally it reached to the destination. Similarly, if I trace this one, 20.10, see my one next hop will be reduced. See, because it's going here, from here it's going directly down. So who is deciding that? The router is deciding that, right? So similarly, if I go to Pune machine, Pune, okay, ping 192.168.10.10. I'm able to ping to the from Pune to Hyderabad. Tracer 192.168.10.10. See, first again it's going to the first gateway, then the next hop, then the next hop, and then here. Similarly, if I go and ping 20.10, what is the next? See, first it's going to the gateway, gateway to the next hop, then down. See, by looking the diagram, you can say that if I trace from here to here, so what are the next hop will be there? First, second, third. So if you reach to that level, then routing in your pocket. Okay, so this is done. Your entire routing is done. Sorry, static routing is done. So IP route. See, but what is the disadvantage here? Let's say you're adding a Chennai network. So one WAN will be added there and one LAN will be added there. So you need to go and insert in every network, every router, and you need to add that statically, manually. You need to define that. So that is only the disadvantage of the static routing. Okay, so you can go and store this. So if you want to verify later, so just go and store it saying that static configuration, static topology, static routing. Done. Okay, so now what is the default routing? Okay, default routing is generally, so if you go here, default routing protocol is configured for unknown destination, that's for sure. So it is generally used for the internet. So in your ISP, you don't because internet you don't know the destination IP addresses, right? That's why we use the default router. Default route we use for the internet. Remember this point. When your router is connected to the ISP, that time we use the default route. Okay. In this diagram, we don't use the default route because here you know the destination. This is an internal organization. See, this is internal organization. This is internal organization. But let's say your ISP is connected here. Okay. Let's say your internet connectivity is here. Okay. Let's say here. Okay. Okay, from here to let's say if it connect. Okay, so this is your ISP. So if I define here internet, internet. Okay, so what we do here, so generally we just, because here if suppose this guy he want to go access the Gmail, Google, or Facebook something, so he want to go from here. If they want to go to their local LAN, so they will go this direction. This is the WAN connectivity, but this is the internet connectivity. So so do I need to define the Gmail address, Facebook address into this router for the routing? That's not possible. That's why what we do is, what we say, we use a default route. Very simple default route. Config terminal, IP route, IP route. Do you know the destination? I don't know. 0.0.0.0. Do you know the destination subnet mask? I don't know. 0.0.0.0. Okay. Do you know the next hop? If you know the next hop of the ISP, then you can put that. If you don't know the next hop, then just put the exit interface, Giga Ethernet 0 by 2. So I will say Giga Ethernet 0 by 2. Finish. Point-to-point interface, default route without gateway. If not, point-to-point impact performance. That's fine. Fine. So if I go and show IP route, so can you see here? No, it does not take that. I need to 0.0. Giga Ethernet 0 by 2. So I think this is not taking default route without gateway. If not, a point-to-point interface. Acha, okay. So here we need to define a router. In that case, I can define that. So leave that for now. So let's say your ISP has given the public IP address. Okay, our this end is 9.9.9.9 something. Done. So you have defined the IP address, like the next hop of the your gateway. So if you go and check show IP route, so can you see here? Okay, fine. So because that interface is down, right? Because you need to make the interface up. So then the ISP will come. So see, it's simple. So if you want to see the default route, so generally remember one point. So default route is used for the unknown destination. Okay, we just put the 0.0.0 towards the next hop either, or we use the Giga Ethernet 0 by 2. Like interface which is exit from the internet. That's it. There is not much in the default route. So if you want to do the practice, what you can do in your base diagram, remove these and do the static, and what instead of defining these guys, you can use the default route here. So we can consider this guy as a ISP, and you can do that lab, but there is nothing. So default route is just you when you don't know the destination, that time we use the default route. Okay, so static and the default route. For what is the command for the default route? Static route, default route, it is the last preferred in the routing table, so it will be last person in the routing table. Okay, and okay, here is the example. See, this is your Hyderabad, let's say. It's internet. So let's say in the internet, let's say this is a Gmail something. So default route, it is you, what you will do, you will say 0.0.0.0 and you put the exit interface. Okay, let's say it is Ethernet 1. So from here you are going to the internet. Finish. Nothing else. So in the ISP side, you don't need to do anything because ISP will have all the routes. So remember, default route is nothing but used for the unknown destination, and it is for the internet. And what is the command for default route? It is the same like a static route. Only thing is, in static route you will know the destination, but here you don't know the destination. That's why you are defining 0.0.0.0. That's it. Finish. Now see a default route. Okay, you can use this diagram as a default route. So what you can do is like instead of defining this destination 20.0, you just put 0.0.0, and here also 0.0.0. That's it. It will work. Okay, so static and default done. So now it's 12:30. So what to do? So because max what I can do is, yeah, maybe we can take a class tomorrow also. But see, as I told, this is a C. Okay, this is not end, because if like see, if I take I can take your classes for 1 year. Alhamdulillah, that much data, that much things I have. Because after routing, switching, then advanced CCNS, like CCNP, till the CCI level. Then after that, firewalls in the Cisco ASA, Juniper, Checkpoint, Palo Alto, I can teach that. Load balancer is there. Cyber security is there, right? Then cloud is there. AWS is there. There. Many things are there. So how long you are going to study? So what are the things we should cover? So see, that's what I'm saying. So there is no end. Okay, so what we can, let's say, is routing. So even if I complete the routing, still I will say no, security is missing for these guys. No, this thing is missing for these guys, right? So this thing is not like it is not something like you take all the things in one time. Okay, so what I will say. So in last, like this CCNA level, networking knowledge, server knowledge, okay, and some little bit of security knowledge. So if you have that, so that is enough for getting the job, initial job. Once you get to the job, then you have advanced level. Go learn the firewall, learn the load balancer, learn the cloud. Many things are there. So in a starting point, as I told, so there is no end. Okay, we can have many things there. So that is what I was thinking, because whatever the study you have, and for the routing, and okay, for the routing, if you go to the YouTube, so I have detailed lectures for the routing. Okay, the static routing, default routing, dynamic routing. I have explained this diagram. In the dynamic routing, you have IGP and EGP. So these are dynamic protocols are here. Okay, so maybe what we'll do, if can we continue next 30 minutes, because what time is namaz? I have a namaz here 1:30. So that we can cover, at least I can show you some one or two, one dynamic routing. So rest you can see on the YouTube channel. Hello.
Okay, we can continue. We can continue.
Okay, so you can have, so that, why? Because our diagram is ready there, so we can just remove those static command, and we can use that. So okay, so let's move faster, because if you want the detailed lecture, so I told you, right, you go to the YouTube, you in my channel I have detailed lectures for this. So okay, so dynamic routing. So in the dynamic routing, see, in the static routing we are defining everything manually, but in the dynamic routing, so there are the protocols. So it is broadly defined as IGP and EGP. Interior gateway protocol, exterior gateway protocol. In interior gateway protocol means it is within a AS. An exterior gateway protocol means between the AS number, autonomous system, right? So in the IGP, there are again some protocols like RIP, OSPF, EIGRP. These are the protocols. And for the EGP, there is one bigger protocol that is called the BGP. Right? This is nothing but, this is also called internet protocol. BGP is very bigger protocol. Okay, so and BGP used to connect to different AS numbers, and within one AS you will have IGPs running there. Okay, so what is that AS number? It is nothing but a routing domain, autonomous system. Then IGP, external gateway protocol, internal gateway protocol. So within same network we use dynamic routing. What is the advantage of the dynamic routing? There is no need to know the destination. Need to advertise, just directly connect. See, dynamic routing is the reverse of the static routing. So here you no need to define, no need to know the destination. Here you just need to define your own connected network. That's it. Finished. Right? And in the dynamic routing, they are broadly defined: distance vector protocol, link state protocol, and the hybrid protocol. And in the distance vector protocol, RIP is the example. RIP, routing information protocol. RIP is one of the protocol. In link state protocol, you have OSPF, and in hybrid protocol, you have EIGRP. So these three protocol study you have to do. And the details, I will share you the notes and all. You can see the watch every lecture protocol. I have given a detailed lecture. You can watch that. So in the distance vector protocol, is the example is RIP. And see, these are the three protocols. And what is the purpose of these protocols? To add the routes. Only the difference is some is having some features, some is having some features. Okay. So RIP version in the short, if I say RIP is a slow. Okay, RIP has two version 1, version 2. IGP is a dead protocol. It is comes under distance vector protocol. So it is a slower protocol. Okay. OSPF it is a link state protocol. This is the very widely used protocol. ISIS it is also a link state protocol, but it doesn't use many places. It is used for the MPLS and all. So OSPF it is a very large protocol. Similarly, in the hybrid protocol, EIGRP, this is nothing but it is prepared by Cisco. And you know, it is a mixture of RIP and OSPF. And it is one of the easiest protocol, EIGRP. OSPF is a complex one. RIP is a simple, but it don't have that feature. It is a limited. Like you can connect only small topologies you can connect. Use the RIP. Okay. But OSPF you can use for the larger topology, but the topologies will be a bit complex. But EIGRP is very simple and very useful. But the disadvantage of EIGRP is Cisco proprietary, only Cisco to Cisco. But if you have a Juniper environment, you cannot use that. Okay. So every protocol has the administrative distance. See, when you say directly connected network, so it will be a 0. Static route 1. So if you see here, if you in our routing table, if I say show IP route, so can you see this network? 1 by 0. 1 by 0 is nothing but the administrative distance. So static route. If you are using OSPF, it will be 110. RIP 120, EIGRP this one. So this is administrative distance. If you are using all the protocols, so you know the lowest protocol will be in the down. So your default route or static route, they will be in the down. The higher will be on the top of the routing table. Okay, administrative distance is required there. Then RIP. RIP is a slower protocol. Okay, and it uses the timers. Okay, you can watch my video. I have given detailed demonstration of the RIP. So how the RIP is configured is very simple. It is okay. So before that, what I can do? Let me open my base topology. Okay, let me open my routing based topology. Yes, I open it. So now if I go here, so now see, right now our beautiful spanning tree is going on here. Okay, so my base topology is here. So if I go and check, show IP route. See, I have only directly connected networks. So if you see directly connected, connected, see only 2 networks are here. So what I'm going, you know, in EIG routing protocols, what we need to do. So if I go and check config terminal, a router, question mark. Can you see the packet tracer support RIP, OSPF, EIGRP, and BGP? 4 protocols. Even BGP external like small few commands also support here. You can do that for practice. So router RIP, just say RIP. Question mark. Done. So I am in the router RIP. What to define here? You know, in the dynamic routing, you just need to define what is your directly connected networks. That's it. So I'm saying my directly connected network is 1.1.1.0, which is WAN, and my another network is my LAN 192.168.10.0. Finish. Done. RIP is done. Similarly, I need to go here in the Bangalore router. Okay, in the Bangalore router, just go and check here. Show IP route. See, there is nothing. These are directly connected networks. So if I say connected, so I have 3 networks only. So I don't see, do I have any static connectivity here? Nothing here. So what I need to do, go to config terminal, router, RIP. So you no need to define, you just advertise your own networks. I will say network 1.1.1.1.0, one WAN, another WAN is 2.2 2.2.0, and my LAN is 192.168.20.0. Finish. My LAN is defined. So if I go here in Pune router, what I am going to do? The RIP, if I need to configure, because I'm just advertising my own network. Show IP route connected. So I'm going to say config terminal IP route 2.2.2.0 and sorry, network. I need to say network. Okay, where I am, I did not configure. I need to go to router RIP, then define network 2.2.2.0 and network 192.168.30.0, which is my LAN. Done. Finish. Okay. Now just go here in the Hyderabad router. Okay, where we just define this one. Can you check now? Show IP route. Can you see here? All 5 networks came. And can you see this 10, 2, this LAN, they came automatically. Who gave this? So if I say show IP route RIP, can you see? So RIP advertise this, receive these routes. Can you see the admission distance 120? So what happens is, so in dynamic routing, we define our own directly connected networks here. So by using the dynamic protocol, so RIP is the protocol. It has algorithms. It has the features. So what happens is when they become a neighbor, if you go and check here, show RIP, show IP. Okay, neighbor RIP will not be have neighbors, but what will happen? So they will Hyderabad will share its own routing table to Bangalore. Bangalore will send its routing table to Hyderabad, and Bangalore will share a routing table to Pune because they running RIP. So they become a neighbor and they share entire routing table to each other on some periodic time. That's why you got all the routes here. See, in the Pune route, we just advertise our network. But can you see show IP route? Can you see you got all the routes? So this is dynamically happen. Dynamically it's happen with that. So similarly, like this is the RIP, right? So if I go, okay, so you understand, right? How simple it is. So if I go and say no router RIP, done. I removed the RIP. Similarly, if I go here, I will say config terminal no router RIP. Finish. Similarly, if I go here, I will say config terminal no router RIP. Done. So if I go here in Hyderabad router, show IP route. Do you see the routes? Route finish. Done. Right? So see how simple it is. Like you no need to define anything. You just advertising your own network. So RIP. So let me use the EIGRP. Okay, router EIGRP. Here you need to define the autonomous system. 1. Network. What is your own network? 1.1.1.1. 0. This is one network, and another network is 192.168.20.10.0. Finished. EIGRP is done. So I'm going here, Bangalore. Say router EIGRP 1. Network define 192.168.20.0, your LAN. Now 2.2.2.0 this LAN, And now just see here, I'm adding this WAN one. What will happen? See here. See, when I add that, immediately I got the neighborship. See how quickly EIGRP is. That's the difference between the EIGRP and the RIP. And similarly, if I go here in Pune, router EIGRP 1 network 192.168.10 sorry 30.0, and now see here I'm just adding the WAN now 2.2.2.0. Done. See neighborship form. If I go and check show EIGRP, show IP EIGRP neighbor, can you see it formed the neighborship? And then the neighbor send him the route. Show IP route EIGRP. See the D define the EIGRP. Show IP route. If I go see the Google global table, see RIP means when the route say R means RIP, D means EIGRP. Similarly, if you have OSPF, it will show the O. And you will see these routes, right? NSA, this external, internal. So these all are the, like if you go in the routing advanced level, you will see this. Like if you have BGP neighborship, you will see the BGP B, right? But now see here how quickly things are going to define. So see, my network is ready. If I go here, okay, ping 192.168.30.10. Yes, I'm able to ping there. It's reachable. Similarly, if I go tracer 192.168.30.10, oops, sorry, 30.10, अरे 10 click ले रहा है, sorry, it is 110. See the same hop, next hops, it is going here, here to here, here to here, finish. What we saw in the static route. Now see here, in the what is the beauty? Another beauty of the dynamic routing protocol is, okay. Now go and check here in show IP route EIGRP. See EIGRP you have 3 routes. Okay. Now let's say what happened is in Hyderabad there is another network I am going to connect. Okay. Now see here in Hyderabad router I'm going to connect another network saying that interface loopback 1. Okay. And I'm going to add IP address. Let's say 100.100.100.100 255.255.255.0. Okay, I connected new network. So if I go and check show IP route, so you will see the 100. This network is directly connected to me. But this network, see, I no need to advertise anywhere. I mean directly I'm going to Pune, okay, and see previously here 3 networks was there. But can I check now? Oh, okay, sorry. One thing. After connecting, I need to advertise that into the EIGRP. So what I'm going to say, config terminal, router, EIGRP 1, and just say network 100.100.100.0. Done. You advertise here. Now go to the Pune. See, 100 came. How quickly, dynamically things are happening. See, I'm able to reach to the 100 now. See, from this machine, I can reach to 100. Ping 100.100.100.100. See, I'm able to ping that. Similarly, see, if I want to remove it, how quickly things will happen. See, no, I decided no, I don't want this network. No network. Done. So now just go here in Pune. Check here. See, finish. The same procedure, if you do it in the RIP, it will be slower. It is a timer based. OSPF, you need to define the areas. Okay, it will be bit difficult. But EIGRP, see how it is a very faster and very easy to use. So that is the study of the dynamic routing protocol. And the BGP it use between 2 different IAS number. So I'm not going to detail for the every protocol, but this is how it works. Router network finish. And if you want to use the version 2, use the version 2 in the RIP. OSPF, it is in the OSPF we use the areas. There is concept called areas. You can just watch my OSPF lecture. Detailed 2 lectures I have given on that, so you can see that OSPF. See, this a lot of study you have to do. Lot of study it, how the neighborship form, the packet, how the packet will flow, neighbor table, database table. So I have given all the details. And OSPF, configuring OSPF is also very simple. Just you need to define network and you need to define the area. EIGRP. This is also like neighbor table, topology table, and routing table. Okay, it is also used this one. So that's it. That's it. So like we should stop now. So like okay, the if I summarize static, default, and dynamic. So which is the every thing has some all 3 protocols are used. All three things are used. Default route used for the internet, static route used for small organization. Okay, if you are using and dynamic used for the dynamically. And static and dynamically both are alternate, right? And in the dynamic protocol, you have a 2 broader protocol, IGP and EGP. And in IGP, you have RIP, OSPF, and EIGRP. And EGP, you have BGP. So 4 protocol you need to study in detail in your coming future. So very detailed study. Your interview question will be based on the routing protocols, neighborship, and no one is asking you the command. They will ask you how the neighborship form in the OSPF, how the neighborship form in AIGRP. Tomorrow we will talk on those topics. So these are some advanced topics of redistribution. So you can run RIP here, you can run OSPF here, and you can do the redistribution. Similarly, you can use the ACL. So if you want to deny this guy should not come here, you can use the ACL, access list. So those topics are there. So you can watch in that CNA videos. So around some 16, 17 lectures are there. So the remaining topics will be covered there. So but the thing is, the ACL will run on top of this. NAT. There is one more concept, NAT. Very useful concept. So maybe let's do one thing. Tomorrow we will have some small session on those things. We'll cover that so that I will be satisfied. Okay, I covered this. Otherwise, I have many things to share with you, but there should be some end. I told you, right? So this is the time you need to start. So I need to prepare your resume. I need to look those things, and you need to from Monday onwards you need to start hunting. So I need at least 2 hours to talk on your resume. Okay, so let's stop here, and inshallah tomorrow we'll continue at the same time. Yeah, 11 we'll try to finish that. And see, if now we connected into the new group, right? So we have the group, we will be in touch with there, and we will start I will share things there. Okay, and we'll and let's say I want to take some class or something, so we can but that ISSS, that is going to be finished very soon, because this in this month. So I think today is the last day, but 28th is we have given. So let's continue tomorrow also. Okay, 11 o'clock, and we'll see that. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Jazakallah khair.
Thank you, sir.